Hey internet, YouTube guys, crafty followers, whichever. I just wanted to do a quick video for you guys, sort of like a video log type thing, just to show off some of my crochet skills, just to put the feelers out there, get some comments, some feedback. Basically I've been crocheting for about 3 years now. I took a lot of inspiration from this book. It's like absolutely amazing. The woman behind it, Allison Hoffman, she runs Crafty is Cool. Almost every doll I'm about to show you, bar two, has been made from patterns of this book. Basic pattern that I've just edited and changed and coloured in different ways to give the effect I wanted. So I'm just going to go through them and show you guys because they're pretty awesome. The first one I want to show you is the most recent one that I've done. It is, of course, Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. It's took me about 2 or 3 days to do. She's got the half and half on the front and the back as well of the jacket. Property of Joker. I don't know if you can see it very well. She's one of my most favourite recent ones. I'm so excited for the film. She's going to be absolutely amazing. Before I did her, obviously, I had to do the man himself. Here's Jared Leto's version of the Joker. See on a nice face detail of the tattoos, and on his chest and here. Also got that one on his arm, this one on his hand, and Arkham on his joggers. These dolls are all done with a 3.5 hook. They take me about 2 or 3 days depending on the amount of detail that I want to go into and just basically how much work they take. The next one, Allison was actually kind enough to send me this pattern before she released it. I don't know if she wanted me to test it or just because she was being nice, but it's the Weeping Angel. This one was the fastest one I've ever made. I made it in about 12 hours, just non-stop. It's all in one colour, I think that's why it was so easy to do. It's just got a base on the bottom so it'll stand up quite nicely. The hands are actually sewn to the head because I wanted to keep it in this position, but the original pattern called to paint the eyes and just have the hands posed like that, but I decided to sew them because I wanted to leave them like that. So this is one of my favourite ones, to be fair. I don't keep a lot of my work, I usually sell it. But as you can see from this video, or will see from this video, I do have quite a small collection of ones that I've kept. And the next one is something I did about a year ago. It's kind of been in the bottom of my case of crochet supplies. Some people might recognise it straight away, some people won't. It is, of course, B. Smith from the rebooted version of Prison Cell Block H, Wentworth. I made this last year to celebrate the new series starting. I also made a Frankie Doyle, but she got sold. Someone wanted her, and so I sold that to her. I tweeted this to Danielle McCormack, and she actually retweeted. She really liked it, which was kind of cool. And I've just kind of kept this one just in my personal collection because I wanted to do Prison Cell Block H or Wentworth dolls for ages. This one again I did last year. It was meant to be part of a whole series of them, but it never really happened. This is obviously Bet and Dot from American Horror Story Freak Show. This was a really big challenge to do. Even Alison was like, that is absolutely amazing. How on earth did you do that? It just made 2 heads, and I carried on crocheting the neck on this one and just joined it on there and just basically worked down and down. I was going to do one from every series of my favourite characters, but again, it just with starting work and having actual custom orders to work on, I just never really got around to it. I'm really impressed with this. It's one that I've kept because no one really wanted it, so it's mine. Next one up is a mini-sized one. This was for a customer who wanted a series of Walking Dead ones, but they kind of stopped talking to me after a while, and they just went quiet. I've lost his hat. Damn it, that's an integral part of it. But yes, it's Rick Grimes. I used the child pattern from the book to create this, and his face is a bit dirty, and the nice detail on his t-shirt with the atomic paw. I really quite like this. I'm glad I got to keep it in the end. Like I said, he has got a hat, but I seem to have misplaced it, and I worked really hard on making that bloody hat as well. Hopefully I can find it. So yeah, these the other ones I showed you were an adult sized, and this is a child sized one. So yeah, I'll just grab the next one to show you in comparison. This one was just a personal project for me, which is the Joker again, this time from The Dark Knight. I might make more versions of the Joker, I'm not entirely sure. I'll show you the detail on his face there. It's absolutely amazing. And I also lined the jacket with some felt to make that nice. So yeah, this is an adult one, which is about 12 to 13 inches, depending how many rows I do in the leg. And that's a child size one. They come out about 8 or 9 inches. But I can make an adult in this size as well if you don't want like a gigantic one, but it's just a lot harder to do because the details are really tiny on that. Okay, the last, oh no, not the last one, I've got 2 more yet. This is the one that I made for myself. Obviously it's self-explanatory, Freddy Krueger. These claws are made out of polymer clay and then sewn to the hand. I went into a lot of detail with this because I am a huge Freddy fan. I think if I did this again, I would probably put a little bit more thought into how I did the head. I mean, I'm quite happy with how it came out, but I don't know, it just doesn't really look grimy enough, if you know what I mean. So that's another one down. Next one up is one of the very first ones I ever made, because obviously Allison got internet famous for these dolls when she made a set of Doctors. At the time there was only 11, but she's now expanded beyond that and done 12 and 13. This is the first Doctor. He is a lot bigger than the others, I think, because I might have used a 4mm hook rather than the 3mm. So yeah, he came out very gangly. He's again, he's one of the very first ones I ever made, so he's not perfect, but I still love him all the same. Yeah, he's cool. I need to put some glue in the hair to keep it back. It's the only problem with yarn, it's all over the place. Okay, last one from Allison's patterns is this absolutely adorable BB-8. She released this as a free pattern, and it still is a free pattern. What I'm going to do for you guys, I'm going to put all the information in the descriptions box for you as well, so you can go check Allison out and check these other people out where I've got these patterns from. This one is kind of mainly my own work, a bit from somebody else where I bought a pattern. I don't remember the name of the pattern I bought. I think it was called a Busty Lady or something. So from about there to from here to there is the pattern, and all the tentacles and the bottom was my own work. Same with the hair as well. It's obviously Ursula from The Little Mermaid. This is one of my all-time favourite dolls I've ever made, because who doesn't love Ursula? Can we be frank? Who doesn't? And obviously you can see she's got her necklace, some of the detail in the face, and the earrings as well. It's very, very cool. And the very last one I'm going to show you, because I mentioned it in my Geekbox video, is this absolutely adorable Deadpool. Well, I call him Sackball because he's made from a Sackboy pattern. This was done by someone called Golden Jellybean. She does a lot of YouTube tutorials. It's my very latest figure, really, after the Suicide Squad ones. I spent a few days doing this. So yeah, really came out really cute. I think she used a lot larger hook, because when she's got hold of it, it's like this big. You know, see, compared to that, it's like really huge. Whereas I used trusty 3.5. I use a 3.5 hook for everything that I crochet. It's just, I've had this hook for years and it's never let me down. So yeah, that's just a little bit of showing off my crochet skills. I hope you really enjoyed it, and Like I say, I'll leave all the information in the comments for you guys, so you can check me out on Facebook. I've got a page called Andy's Amis. I sell these things in between working. I can make pretty much anybody. Fingers crossed. You're going to challenge me now, I bet. So yeah, thanks for watching, and if you find it boring, I'm sorry, etc. But hey ho, you clicked on it. Bye.